I was 14, I was salmon fishing in the Tangy of Perth. And it was a quiet evening. It was just me, pretty gentle current that night. But after about 15 minutes, and this dreadful smell hit me. Basically, a dog had run away from home a week before, and heaven forbid, I was starting to wonder if maybe he'd got stuck on the way and something terrible had happened. So I waded out. It was coming from under this oak tree roots that were sticking out of the water. Either way, the water was getting far too deep, so I had to turn back. Went to fetch my stepdad. He went out further, but I'll never forget how the colour just gleamed from his face in an instant. Because there, tangled up in the roots voice, was a body. And it was a girl. And later I learned that her name was Emily Barton. She'd been missing for weeks, apparently. And my stepdad's voice, he was shaking as he told me, run home, get mum. And I didn't understand then, but now I know, he was basically trying to shield me from what he'd just seen. That might pretty much changed everything. And, the river never felt the same again.
I was 7 when it happened. My mom had just kissed me goodnight and turned off the light. I heard her footsteps going down the stairs. But then I saw the closet door crack open just a little. And there was Mom's face peeking out at me, but it wasn't right. Her eyes were too big and her smile was too wide. So I called out, "Mom?" And I heard her from downstairs. "Yes, honey?" At the same time, the face in the closet put like a finger to its lips, like it was shushing me. So I pulled the covers over my head and I didn't look again until the morning. And the closet was empty by then. I've never shared this with anybody. There's just no way they believe me.
I needed a break. The husband was traveling, and I convinced my mom to take the kids to Disney so I could have some time, a week alone, recharge. I remember asking for one more margarita, but when the waiter opened his mouth, knock, knock, and that's when I woke up. Then I heard it again. Knock, knock, knock. It was the middle of the night. Who the f*** is at my front door? I go downstairs. It's a police officer. I could barely catch my breath. What could be going on? Is something off? Our house and my mom, my kids? I said, "Hi, can I help you?" And he says, "Hello, ma'am, I need to ask you a question. Could you open the door, please?" I said, "It's 3 a.m. I think we could hear each other just fine. I'll get you to open the door. We can speak inside. Just gonna be a few questions." "Why can't you just tell me?" I could see him better now. The uniform wasn't sitting well. Something just was off. "Show me your badge, please." He reached into his pocket and he flashes something shiny, but I can't see it well. "Come back tomorrow," I say. "Open the door, bitch." My heart goes into my stomach. This man isn't a police officer. Then he grabbed the doorknob and tries to force himself in. I start screaming, I'm gonna call the cops right now. Then a light at my neighbor's house goes on, maybe from the commotion. He backs away and then runs down the street. I grab my phone and call the cops. They have no record of this person, but they tell me to go send the patrol to watch over the house tonight. I didn't sleep. All I could think of was, what did he want with me?
All right, here's the craziest thing that happened to me. I was driving home late, maybe around 2 a.m., on this long stretch of empty highway. My headlights caught this figure standing on the side of the road. It looked like a woman in a white dress. As I got closer, she turned to face me, and I swear her eyes were glowing. I blinked, and suddenly she was in the middle of the road. I swerved to avoid her and nearly went off the highway. When I looked in my rearview mirror, the road behind me was completely empty. But here's the thing that still gives me chills. When I got home, there was a handprint on my rear window. It was on the outside, like someone had touched my car as I drove past.
So when I was a kid, something happened to me that made national news. Every night I would ask my dad to check under my bed for monsters. He always did, and it was always clear. Of course it was. I was a kid, and every kid has an imagination that runs wild. But this one night, when I was 12, I heard breathing. Like slow, raspy breathing. I froze. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't make a sound. So I mustered up the courage to peek over the side of my bed. It should have been my imagination, but there, like a human hand sticking out from underneath my mattress. All the images burned into my brain. I shrieked and ran from my parents' room, and my dad saw the terror in my eyes, and I was too old for monsters. So he rushed in with a baseball bat, flipped on the light, and there he was. A man, a stranger, crouched under my bed, staring at us with wide, crazy eyes. Well, later the police told us that he was a known childhood doctor. He had a seizure while I was under my bed. I can't even think about it. I'm 35 now, and I still check under my bed and under my kids' beds. In this world we live in, you never know.
So I was 14, I was salmon fishing in the Tay near Perth. And it was a quiet evening.
My mom had just kissed me goodnight and turned off the light.
My heart goes into my stomach. This man isn't a police officer.
All right, here's the craziest thing that happened to me. I was driving home late, maybe around 2 a.m.
So when I was a kid, something happened to me that made national news.